Tony Hinchcliffe has somehow managed to turn Kevin Hart's roast into another controversy, and this time, George Floyd's family is speaking out. At the Kevin Hart Netflix roast, Tony reportedly made a joke about George Floyd.
He got into a fist fight on a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Always fighting. Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin.
That line immediately caused backlash, not just because it was harsh, but because it involved George Floyd's death, which is still one of the most painful public tragedies in modern American history. George Floyd wasn't a celebrity roast target. He wasn't on the dais. He wasn't part of a comedy beef. His death became a symbol of police brutality, protest, racism, and national trauma. So when his name gets used as a punchline at a Netflix roast, people are going to react. According to TMZ, Travis Keynes, a spokesman for the Gianna and George Floyd Foundation, said the family and friends of George Floyd were appalled that Tony Hinchcliffe was invited back for another Netflix roast and allowed to make another Floyd joke. They called it sad for the culture and questioned why Kevin Hart would give Tony the green light to go there. And that is the part that makes this more complicated for Kevin, because Tony is Tony. At this point, people know what Tony Hinchcliffe does. He is an insult comic. He hosts Kill Tony. His brand is built on saying things other people won't say. He already had a major controversy from the Trump rally Puerto Rico joke, and he had already joked about George Floyd before at the Tom Brady roast.
Tom Brady is a patriot, which is surprising considering he looks like a Confederate fag. Clearly your ex-wife takes after you. I hear she's out there draining balls right now. People love you, Tom. You have the same fan base as Kyle Rittenhouse. Gronk, I'm happy you could take a break from writing Santa letters to be here today. I knew you were here when we were all out of chocolate milk backstage. You look like the final boss in George Floyd, the video game.
So with Tony, the backlash is almost built into the booking. But Kevin Hart is the face of this roast. His name is on it. He's the person being celebrated, mocked, honored, and roasted. And when George Floyd's family criticizes Kevin, they are basically saying, why would a black comedian at Kevin's level allow this kind of joke to happen on his watch? That is where the story becomes bigger than Tony, because for some people, this is about roast comedy going too far. But for others, this is about a black superstar letting a white roast comic use black pain as material in front of a Netflix audience.
That, my friend, is what the fuck a roast is supposed to be. It's goddamn hard-hitting, relentless jokes with no consequence. It's the concept of a roast. You go hard or you go home. Shouts out to every comedian that came on that stage because they all understood the assignment, man. Shane Gillis was amazing. Fucking Chelsea Handler was amazing. Pete Davidson, amazing. Naeem Lynn, fucking amazing. Big J. Ogerson, amazing. You saw comics be comics. Cheryl Underwood, fuck. Incredible you are, incredible you were, Cheryl. Holy shit. Cat Williams, insane. The shock factor kept being there. Cat's set was insane. There's no emotions attached to a roast. You get up there, you tell your fucking jokes, and we understand that they're gonna come with some fucking heat, but that's what a roast is supposed to be. Jeff Ross, amazing. Lizzo, Venus, Serena, The Rock, oh my God. DJ was fucking incredible last night. He's in rare form. Usher, the Burns song, so fucking good, man. So goddamn good. Tony Hinchcliffe, fucking understood the assignment. Relentless as he always is, but funny.
To be fair, roast comedy has always been brutal. The whole point is to say terrible things in a controlled environment. People make jokes about scandals, divorces, addictions, deaths, insecurities, failed careers, and everything else you're not supposed to say in polite company. But there is still a difference between roasting someone in the room and turning a dead man's final moments into a punchline. That is why the family's reaction matters. They are not just saying the joke was offensive. They are saying it was dehumanizing. They are saying George Floyd keeps being treated like an edgy reference instead of a real person with a family, a daughter, and a community still dealing with what happened to him. The foundation's statement also reportedly called Tony a racist comedian and asked how Kevin would feel if the joke had been about one of his own friends who died. That question is hard to ignore because comedy changes when the pain is yours. People love saying it's just jokes when the joke is about somebody else's wound, but if the same joke was about someone they loved, suddenly everybody understands boundaries.
What has the last 4 years been like for you?
Absolutely hell. They don't realize the things that go on behind scene. For every life that has been lost since the death of George Floyd, it's been extremely painful. It's a wound that never heals. They don't see the constant prayer that I have to go into, which we pray anyway, but I have to go into for Philonis because he's in a mental health crisis himself. He jumps up and he has nightmares. They don't get to see that, how it tears families apart. They don't get to see that. The world does not see that. And so we're healing. We're constantly healing. We've been doing this thing for 4 years, and Philonis still has not been able to grieve the loss of his brother.
And that is the real debate here. Is everything fair game at a roast? Some comedians would say yes. If you start creating protected categories, the roast format falls apart. Once you say one topic is too painful, people will start asking why other painful topics are allowed. But the other side is simple. Freedom to make the joke does not mean freedom from the reaction. Tony can say what he wants. Netflix can air it. Kevin can laugh or sit through it. But George Floyd's family can also say, "We're disgusted by this." That is not censorship. That is consequence. The biggest problem for Tony is that this is starting to look like a pattern. When the same name keeps appearing in your most controversial jokes, people stop viewing it as one bad line. They start asking why you keep reaching for that particular pain. And for Kevin Hart, this adds another messy layer to a roast that was supposed to be a big Netflix comedy event. Instead, the aftermath has become about Tony, Pete Davidson, Chelsea Handler, Cat Williams, cut jokes, and now George Floyd's family calling out the whole thing. Kevin was supposed to be the target, but somehow the roast has turned into a debate about everyone else. And maybe that is the danger of bringing Tony Hinchcliffe into a room like this. He will get attention, he will create clips, he will make people argue, but sometimes the argument becomes bigger than the joke.